Hi there, this is Shane O'Brien McDonald. I'm the host of Japan in 100 Dishes, and this is our very first bonus episode, where essentially what I do is to sort of walk you through one of the menus that are all in Japanese and the kind of fun things that I thought about it. You might find this more useful if you watch the first episode of the series, Japan in 100 Dishes. It's called the $40 Melon, and what it is about really overpriced fruits and vegetables. So today, what you're seeing here is the website for Senbikiya, and that's what those kanjis right here all say. They have multiple locations all over Japan, and they are basically a very, very famous place to buy extremely expensive fruit and to buy other things too, like fruit parfaits and things like that. Now, as it says here, it's 1834, so it's been around for a long time. This is a map of Japan. As you can see, Tokyo is right in the middle here on the Pacific coast, so that's the biggest city. Basic caveats. Number one, I'm obviously not a Japanese person. I don't have 12 years of Japanese schooling, so sometimes I make mistakes. That's all on me, basically. My kanji knowledge isn't perfect. Please correct me in the comments. The other thing is that you might be wondering, well, why is a white guy from Canada telling me all about this? Well, you know what? Honestly, there's thousands of hours of programming on YouTube, on Japanese TV about Japanese food by Japanese people. So please check that out. There's links in my, I have playlists on my own YouTube page as well. Again, this is not really for me to be the be-all and end-all, but it's kind of like a starting point, you know, for people that have never heard of this kind of stuff. Tokyo is it's a gigantic area. This area, as you see, 40 million people live basically from here all the way around to Chiba, and a lot of them commute into central Tokyo. In central Tokyo, everything comes out from the Imperial Palace, this big massive green here, which is a park. And Ginza is one of the most famous shopping areas in all of Japan. And it's this area right here. It has lots of high-end stores, although they are recently under, I wouldn't say threat, but they're under competition from things like fast fashion like H&M, but the Gap, Uniqlo is the classic, which is from Japan. Ginza Station here has 3 subway stations. There's the Marunouchi line, the Hibiya line, and the Ginza line all converge here. But one of the weird things about Tokyo is that while the subway does go pretty much everywhere, because there are 13 different lines, you're probably going to get around, especially if you're visiting, by the JR trains. The Japan Railway East trains, or a private line. And that's what this is right here, this area. This is like, there's multiple train lines. The blue one is the bullet train, the Tokaido Shinkansen is what it's called. So the bullet train and several lines, the Keihin Tohoku line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, and the Yamanote line. So usually what a lot of people do is they actually get off at Yurakucho Station. This is it right here, there we go. So Yurakucho Station, basically, there's a big square here, and there's several big department stores, and they just cross the street, and they're in Ginza. And along this main boulevard here, and down here, around here, you're going to find all your famous brand name shops from around the world. And there's a major department store here, and I think over here as well. A lot of them are high-end, and there's also very high-end restaurants and hostess bars as well. Again, that's a whole other ball of wax, but it's both worse and not as bad as you think it is. Let's put it that way. And the Sembikiya is actually in a building right here next to Armani. Now, I used to work above it for a foreign language school called ECC. Now, they've since moved over here. But yes, every day on Thursdays, I would show up, and on the first floor, I would see a fruit parlor, and I had no idea what this place was. And it turned out to be the Ginza branch of Sembikiya. And here on their page is where you can order different wonderful things. Now, fruit baskets are something you give as a gift. And the big gift-giving season in Japan is in December. Now, Christmas isn't a big thing, but New Year's is, and a lot of gifts are given out. And Sembikiya has, this is the top 3. This is like some fruit jelly, and then there's some, looks like this is preserves, I believe. And then you have just your plain old fruit box. Now, obviously, this is going to be number 1, $32, $54, and $86. So for $86, oh my goodness, what do you get? Yeah, you get a pear, an apple, 2 oranges, a couple kiwis, and a And basically, it looks like it's a round pear, like the Asian pear. Again, down here, there's all kinds of crazy different boxes. Again, this is just this is just grapes. It's a box of grapes for $151. Think about that. And this is fairly common. It's very, very common. They have it stratified by price here. Here we go. It's melons. It's called, yes, the musk melon. That's what it's called. Now, Yubari is a city or a town in Hokkaido, and it's very, very famous for its very, very expensive melons. Like, they're $100 each. And as you can see, 3 of these are musk melons, and this says musk melon, 3 of them, about 1.25 kilograms each, and it's a box. They're in a fancy box. $518 for this. Taxes included, though. Taxes included. And these are a little bit heavier, I guess. It's $600. So $594 for 3, for close to 4 kilograms of melon. So that must be a hell of a melon. And then there's this one, 1.4, 1.5. Wow, look at that. This is, here we go. Another thing to note, look at this little bar. When you pay $600 for 3 melons, delivery is free. Isn't that great? That's what this little, these kanji right here say. This is the biggest one they have. I guess it's 1.5 kilogram, $280 for one of those. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't know what you get for $280, but oh my goodness, it better be great. Now, on the side here, there's where I think you can try these things. Now, through the magic of editing, I've managed to find basically the menu for their main branch in Nihonbashi. This is their fruits parlor season menu. This basically is different options. Now this is, see those very expensive grapes? This is the muscat parfait. Put some lime and jelly and sherbet in it. $28 for this bad boy. Taxes included, but still. They also have a fixed menu as well. This is the autumn fruit parfait. This is only $20 roughly. It's got sherbet and it's got different kinds. It's got some yogurt, ice, pear, and some grapefruit and whipped cream, maybe even some jelly down there. This is the peony and shy muscat parfait. So whatever peonies are, I guess it's supposed to be the color of the flower, I guess. Again, a little bit more expensive here. We're getting close to $26. This one is I guess is this kind of persimmon-y thing here. I'm not exactly familiar with this kind of fruit. Dried fruits, and it has a wine sauce in it, and vanilla ice cream and a custard cream, and it's like a pie nama base, raw base. I don't know. Nama is like a raw, basically means raw, but in this case, it actually looks pretty good. And this one, again, $21. So this is basically what you're looking at. I hope you'll find it really interesting and informative, and I hope you enjoyed this. And that's it for today. Sayonara.